Hello.
Good evening, everyone. Do you like fruits and veggies? Bees pollinate many of our food crops, such as avocados, tomatoes, grapes, and pears. Sadly, bee species are becoming endangered and are declining. Without bees, we would not be able to enjoy many of the foods we eat today, and a food shortage would occur. At the Lehigh Valley Zoo, where I am employed as a zookeeper, we understand the importance of bumblebees and their role in the environment. We have acknowledged the problem of bee endangerment and have started educating and spreading the word about it and what we can all do to help. Did you know bees are one of the most important and efficient pollinators? Without bees, many of our forests, meadows, parks, and other landscapes would not be able to thrive and support life. Without bees, our crops would require costly and laborious pollination methods such as hand pollination. Bees are declining and are at risk of extinction due to pesticide use, habitat destruction, the spread of diseases, and parasites. Bees need our help. If we do not act, our environment and our everyday lives could be heavily impacted. We must save bees by decreasing pesticide use, maintaining and protecting bee habitat, and by educating others about bees and their importance. Let's look at the problems bees face and how we can solve them. Bee populations are suffering and declining due to several factors. Pesticides and insecticides are killing many bee species. Bees can be directly or indirectly harmed by pesticides and insecticides. According to the article, Pollination, Protecting Pollinators from Pesticides by the Entomology Department at the University of Georgia, bees can be killed by direct contact of the insecticide on the bee while it is foraging in the field. The bee immediately dies. The same article states that bees can also be killed, but when the bee comes into contact with an insecticide and transports it back to the colony. Some pesticides are safe for birds and mammals, but are deadly to bees and other pollinators because they are water-soluble and can be absorbed into pollen. Habitat destruction is also a major cause of bee decline. Daniela Silva states in her 2017 NBC News article, Bumblebee Species Declared Endangered in the U.S. for First Time, that the bee population has drastically diminished over the decades due to habitat loss. A decrease in the habitat diversity and an increase in industrial agriculture is diminishing quality bee habitat, making it harder for bees to reproduce, find food sources, and survive. Bees have become more susceptible to diseases and parasites. According to the July 2017 blog post, Recovery Bringing Back Bumblebees by Ted Williams on Cool Green Science, commercial bumblebee colonies in the U.S. have repeatedly been found to carry such wild bee-afflicting parasites and pathogens as external mites and black queen cell virus. Williams states that every year in nations around the world, millions of commercially produced bumblebee colonies are imported to pollinate greenhouse plants. They easily escape. This causes the spread of diseases to wild bees. Now that you can see the major problems facing bees, let's look at a viable solution. To save bees, we must decrease pesticide use, maintain and protect bee habitat, prevent the spread of diseases, and educate others. Because pesticides kill many bees, their usage must be reduced. The University of Georgia's Department of Entomology states in Pollination, Protecting Pollinators from Pesticides that solutions, emulsifiable concentrates, and granulars are the best formulations to use. If pesticides must be used, the University of Georgia states that they should be applied in the evening because bees tend to forage only during the day. We must protect bee habitat to save bees themselves. We can plant a variety of native flowers and other plants that bloom spring through fall. By leaving grass and garden plants uncut at the end of summer, we can provide habitats for overwintering bees. We must prevent the spread of diseases and parasites to keep bee populations healthy. Keep commercial bees away from wild bees to prevent the spread of diseases. Keep commercial beehives and apiaries well ventilated, stable, and inspected often. Educating others about bees, their struggle, and their importance is essential to prevent bee extinction. Visit zoos and nature conservancies to learn more and become involved. Williams states in his blog post, Recovery Bringing Back Bumblebees, to learn how to identify bumblebees by reading several identification guides. Spread the word about bees and how they are peaceful creatures, not pests. Implore government officials to get involved in saving bees by petitioning and writing to them. Now that I have discussed some solutions to saving bees, let's look at the benefits. There are many benefits to saving bumblebees. Saving bees will help the economy. Saving bees would prevent hand pollination and its cost of about $3 billion each year in the US. According to the 2017 article, First Species of Bumblebee is at risk of extinction in the US in the magazine Country Living. William states in his blog post that bees sustain native ecosystems and provide pollination services to American farmers worth $9 billion per year. Saving bees will also help the environment. They increase biodiversity and they are a food source for many bird species and insect species. Saving bees will help farmers and consumers. According to a 2016 CNRS news article, Why Bees Are Disappearing by Laura Kalos, a third of the world's food crops depend on pollination. We rely on bees to pollinate many of our favorite foods. Silva states in her 2017 NBC News article that a decline of bees could lead to a reduction in the amount of food humans are able to produce. Clearly, bees play several essential roles and it's pertinent to save them. As you can see, bees are critical to the environment, to us, and to economies. There's clearly cause for concern for bees and their survival. To prevent their extinction and the many negative effects that would occur, I urge you to become involved and to play your part in saving bumblebees. Bees suffer from diseases, habitat loss, and pesticide use. Because bees are critical to a healthy ecosystem, we must save them by decreasing pesticide use, maintaining and protecting bee habitat, and by educating others about bees and their importance. I hope you now have an understanding of the importance of bees, the struggles they face, and why and how we can save them. Thank you.